Hey, what's up everybody? Today's video is super fun because I get to jam out with some of my favorite musicians, but they're not here at the studio with me. We are doing this live using the real-time portal, which allows ultra low latency jams up to 1,000 miles between musicians. So this can change the way that you make music. I'll tell you more at the end. Let's jam.
I love it.
Woo!
I love just looking over and seeing Casey. I'm just like, yes.
All right, everybody. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It was a ton of fun, kind of testing and messing with this product once again. I just did a full video on the real-time portal from Real-Time Audio. You can check that out. Link is in the description. But that video is more like technical side and kind of the experience behind using the product. And this video was more about having fun and showcasing how well this product can actually work. I learned a lot in the last video. I was able to kind of up the ante on some of the ways that I did things, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But really, once again, this portal is proving itself to be insanely cool, so useful, and it works. I mean, to be able to do a live cover with other musicians, not in the same space, over an hour away from me, like, obviously this product is breaking down barriers and it's making music more accessible and easier to create a band remotely or to practice remotely and not have to set up all your stuff and drive an hour to band practice and drive home. Like, you can have your setup just ready to go. So you can find out more about the product and the whole experience in the other video, but I wanted to give you kind of an update on how I approach things a little bit differently this time. Especially if you watched the last video, you'll see how I upgraded and did things better to make the next session with the real-time portal even more successful, even more enjoyable. So one of the big things that I did this time is the Volt here from Universal Audio is the USB class compliant interface that works with the portal. There are a whole bunch of class compliant interfaces that do work. The main thing is that it's sending two 48K signals, a right and a left, to the portal and receiving that back from the other portal. And so the first time I used it, I tried to use all 4 inputs, and I ended up having to change things on the fly and move my talkback around. And I mentioned you could have a full drum mix sent into the portal. And so this time I'm using my Apollo, and I had the full mix, all the drums pre-mixed in console, pre-mixed on the gain structures on the Apollo itself, and then sent out of the main outputs of the Apollo into the Volt, where I also brought in a talkback as well. And so now I'm sending those 2 channels, but the talkback is one channel, the full drum mix is the other channel. And so Grayson and Nate on the other side were actually getting a full mix of my drums, hearing my toms, hearing my kick better, hearing the room mics instead of just the center kick mic that I did last time.
Feels good inside. Flip.
All right, so another big thing that allowed this session to be more successful and also allowed us to do this cover is this time I used a metronome. Now, I know that sounds kind of funny, but last time, if you watched the previous video, Grayson and I were like really excited just to get the thing set up, and so we just started jamming, and then we were like, oh man, we should use a metronome, but how are we gonna route it, and what are we gonna do? And so this time, we tried it a couple of different ways, landed on the solution of me personally listening to the metronome and not the other musicians. The other musicians were going to listen to what I was playing, and that held us all together. There is a GPS-based metronome, is what I've been told, within the software for the real-time portal and the app and all of that. And so there may be another way to do it from that regards as well. But for time's sake and just for simplicity's sake, I had a metronome in my ear, and so I was playing and keeping time and staying with that metronome. And then Grayson and Nate were playing in time to my drumming that was coming to them. And the reason that there is a little bit of difficulty in that process, because at one point in time we sent the click to everybody, but ultra low latency is not absolutely no latency. And so that means that at the end of the day, there is going to be a slight, just very minuscule delay that doesn't affect you being able to play, but a metronome has 0 delay. And so in this situation, with me having the metronome, I'm listening to the click, I'm playing right along with that, and I hear them coming back to me in my ears. And there were quite a few sections where there was minimal or 0 delay. And what I mean by that is it sounded like they're with the click and they're with me. There were some sections where I did have to listen to the click and disregard the fact that they felt a little bit off. Now, that could be a musicianship thing. No offense, Nate and Grayson, but they could be slightly dragging, or it could also be a very, very minuscule low latency thing within the software, because using the internet, using cables and moving between distances, there's no way it's going to be exactly the same as being right next to someone in a room, but it works, as you can see from this video. And so those were the 2 main things I wanted to point out. It was a whole lot of fun playing and jamming with those guys and creating a cover and showcasing further the potential of this product and of the software and of the app and just the whole way the thing works. I mean, it's cool. It is really, really cool, and we had a lot of fun. All right, thank you so much for watching. Click the link in the description to check out the real-time portal at Sweetwater, or to watch the video that I have that kind of explains the whole process and the gear a little bit better. And yeah, enjoy the potential of jamming with bandmates and other musicians. There's a whole social media with this product where you can find other users that have it, and you can just jam with random people if you don't have a band or you don't have somebody who can play with you right now. This thing is crazy. It's super cool. Pick it up at Sweetwater because their customer service is awesome. And also watch the other video if you're really interested in this. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.